Welcome to Fields of Dreams. In this video, we are highlighting the 2010s Team of the Decade, which is another great era with some players still playing, while others have recently retired and are waiting for that call. The All-Decade Team is a better way to allow each player to shine throughout baseball history, rather than the All-Century Team that left off many great players. In the future, we hope Major League Baseball can retroactively officially name their teams of the decade, like the National Football League does. We highlight the Hall of Fame talent that appeared at each position. At leadoff, at second base, we have Jose Altuve of the Astros. In the 2010s, Altuve was an All-Star 6 seasons and a 5-time Silver Slugger. He led the league in hits for 4 seasons and won 3 American League batting crowns. In 2017, Altuve won the American League MVP award and helped the Astros win the World Series. For his career, Altuve currently has over 2,300 hits and has a batting average above 300. Next in right field, we have Mookie Betts of the Red Sox. Betts played 6 seasons in the 2010s. In the decade, Betts was an All-Star and Silver Slugger for 4 seasons. Mookie Betts was named the MVP in 2018 and should have won the award in 2016. He won 3 Gold Gloves. Betts led the Red Sox to a World Series championship in 2018. For his career, Betts currently has a WAR over 75. Batting third is center fielder Mike Trout of the Angels. In the 2010s, Mike Trout was an All-Star for 8 seasons and Silver Slugger 7 seasons. Trout led the American League in wins above replacement for 5 seasons and led the league in runs 4 seasons in the decade. Trout won 3 league MVP awards in the 2010s, making him the 9th player to do so in a decade. For his career, Trout has hit over 400 home runs and currently has a WAR of 87. Playing left field at cleanup is Bryce Harper of the Nationals and Phillies. I know Harper mostly played right field, but he did play over 190 games in left, so for the sake of this team, we have him placed in left. In the 2010s, Harper was an All-Star 6 seasons. In 2012, Harper won the Rookie of the Year. He also won the National League MVP in 2015. For his career so far, Harper has a WAR of 54 and has won his 2nd MVP award. Our designated hitter is Miguel Cabrera of the Detroit Tigers. In the 2010s, Cabrera was an All-Star 7 seasons and a Silver Slugger 5 seasons. Cabrera won the American League batting crown 4 times in the decade. Cabrera won the MVP in 2012 and 2013. In 2012, Cabrera achieved the Triple Crown and led the Tigers to a World Series appearance. In my opinion, he deserved the MVP, considering how Yaz and Frank Robinson did the same thing in the 1960s. For his career, Cabrera had 511 home runs, had 3,174 hits, and had a lifetime batting average of .306. At third base, we have Adrian Beltre of the Rangers. In the 2010s, Beltre was an All-Star 4 seasons. Beltre was a Gold Glove winner and a Silver Slugger 3 times each in the decade. Beltre led the Rangers to a World Series appearance in 2011. For his career, Beltre had 3,166 hits and 477 home runs, with a wins above replacement of 93. Next is a toss-up at first base, and so my bias leans towards Freddie Freeman of the Braves. This will mean a utility player will be used because another player had similar numbers for the decade. In the 2010s, Freeman was an All-Star for 4 seasons. In 2011, Freeman was close to winning the Rookie of the Year if it were not for his teammate. He hit over 304 times in the decade. For his career, Freeman's WAR is currently 64, with over 2,400 hits. He has won an MVP and won several World Series. At catcher, we have Buster Posey of the San Francisco Giants. In the 2010s, Posey was an All-Star 6 seasons and was a Silver Slugger for 4 seasons. Posey was named Rookie of the Year 2010. He was named the National League MVP in 2012 when he won the batting title. Buster Posey helped lead the Giants to 3 World Series championships. For his career, Posey had a lifetime batting average of .302, with a wins above replacement of 45. At the rally starter, we have Fransisco Lindor at shortstop for the Cleveland Indians, or Guardians. Lindor played 5 seasons in the decade. In the 2010s, Lindor was an all-star 4 seasons. He was a Gold Glove and Silver Slugger twice. For his career, Lindor has over 200 home runs and 200 stolen bases. Lindor currently has a WAR of 55. The utility player is Paul Goldschmidt of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Defensively, Goldschmidt plays first base, where he won 3 Gold Gloves. He did have a higher WAR than Freddie Freeman, but they had similar batting averages, runs batted in, and home runs in this decade. In the 2010s, Goldschmidt was an all-star 6 seasons and a 4-time Silver Slugger. For his career, Goldschmidt has over 370 home runs, with a WAR of 63. Perhaps Joey Votto will be in this spot retrospectively, or at first base, because he did have better rate stats. Our first pitcher of the 2010s is Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers. In the 2010s, Kershaw was an all-star 8 seasons. Kershaw led the National League in earned run average 5 seasons and strikeouts 3 seasons. Kershaw won 3 Cy Young Awards and the MVP in 2014. For his career, Kershaw won 223 games with a .253 earned run average and 3,052 strikeouts. The second starting pitcher is Justin Verlander of the Detroit Tigers. Verlander won 2 of his 3 Cy Young Awards in the 2010s. In the 2010s, Verlander was an all-star 6 seasons. Verlander won the American League MVP in 2011 when he achieved the pitching Triple Crown. Verlander led the league in strikeouts for 4 seasons. He helped the Astros win the World Series in 2017. For his career, Verlander has won over 265 games, over 3,500 strikeouts, and an earned run average of 3.32. He has a wins above replacement above 81. Our third pitcher this decade is Max Scherzer of the Nationals and the Tigers. In the 2010s, Mad Max was an all-star 7 seasons. Like his counterparts, he won 3 Cy Young Awards in the decade or era. Scherzer helped the Nationals win the World Series in 2019. Mad Max led the league in wins 4 times and strikeouts 3 seasons within the decade. For his career, Scherzer has won over 220 games, 3,500 strikeouts, and has a WAR over 75. The player with the highest WAR in the 2010s among position players was Mike Trout, with 72.1. When considering Trout's ability to hit with power, high average, and scoring runs, it's not surprising he has the highest wins above replacement, even though he didn't play in the first 2 seasons of the decade. WAR is an objective measure that shows the type of player Trout displayed. It doesn't tell the whole story, but it shows Trout's ability to help his team win more than any other player in the regular seasons this decade. The player of the decade is none other than Mike Trout. During the 2010s, Trout won 3 MVP awards, and some feel he could have won more. Although he did not have a lot of team success, Trout dominated the decade offensively, defensively, and base stealing. I think Sporting News had it right when they named Mike Trout the player of the decade. In summary, an awesome decade of the 2000 teens. We have a couple of guys with 3,000 hits with Beltre and Cabrera. Posey won 3 championships. Trout and Harper should end up with magic numbers in home runs, while Betts and Freeman continue to collect rings. The three pitchers have over 200 wins and 3,000 strikeouts and 3 Cy Young Awards. While some of the current players already have a WAR in the 50s and 60s, many of these guys should find their way into Cooperstown.